Hi guys and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is the founder of the influential conservative home website, Tim Montgomerie. Now he was a Boris Johnson advisor back in the day and now seems to be invited on pretty much every outlet to give the Tory spin on every story. So why is he a fool? Well, a bit of context. So a number of councils and cities are either rolling out or considering the idea of providing or extending free transportation to asylum seekers. This, of course, has upset those who hate asylum seekers, like the Tories. And here Tim tries to justify the Conservative position.
So Oxfordshire County Council have teamed up with a local asylum charity and bus companies to provide free travel for asylum seekers living in Oxford. Now they say it will help them get to appointments, build confidence through being able to use the public transport system. They also say that it will help them get a job once they are allowed to work. Other passengers, though, have to pay up to £4.50 a day to use those buses. And at the moment, asylum seekers get £50 a week from the government to help with food, toiletries, clothing and travel. And it's important to say less than £9 if they are living in a hotel where the meals are already provided. So that does reduce quite considerably then. So should this scheme be rolled out nationwide? We're talking about free bus travel. What do you think, Bobby?
So I think if we've got the asylum seekers here, I'd rather than be integrated to our society again, whether it's learning English, being able to participate in our society, and if that means we need to give them bus passes initially as a way to so we can integrate them into society, I'm all for it, because sometimes we demonize asylum seekers, saying, oh, there's other types of people, we'll put them in the corner, put them away from us. But actually, if we integrate them, make them part of our communities, and by giving them bus pass, they can be, actually we'll see they're almost regular, not almost, they're regular people just like us, but just different, they come from different cultures, different customs. But I think the more we can integrate them, and if bus pass are a way of doing that, I'm all for it.
And if you are an asylum seeker and you're looking to set up a life here, you want to be able to speak English, what better way than getting out into the town centre, speaking to local people and practising?
Absolutely not. I completely disagree on this one. Look, an asylum seeker, they may be someone from a very persecuted country, and once they're processed and their application is confirmed, absolutely I agree, integrate people properly. But at the moment, so many people who are watching now may be struggling with bills. They have to pay their bus fares. They have to pay for everything. People are waiting for a GP appointment, and then there's asylum seekers in a local hotel, and they're getting private medicine. There is a stage where I think the country looks like a soft touch. People are coming to this country and think Britain is a land of milk and honey. They can disappear. There's no ID cards. And now this is another benefit that we are presenting. And I think taxpayers are rightly at the limit of what they're willing to afford. We're a generous country, but I think this is taking the mickey, to be honest.
I suppose
They're not allowed to work, Tim. You understand that they're not allowed to work. So if they can't work, how are they supposed to earn money for transport? They're given a very small allowance. As was pointed out at the beginning of this, it's either £50 or if they're provided food and accommodation, along with the accommodation, it's £9.50 or £9. How are they supposed to travel around? They have to travel for appointments with the Home Office. They have to travel for appointments with their lawyers. In many cases, maybe some of them can do it online. What if they want to top up their phone? Is that covered or not? I don't know. But if they want to travel, as was pointed out by the other commentator here, you want people to integrate, but you don't want them to integrate at the same time, it seems. You don't want to help them integrate. And I keep talking about how integration has to be a two-way street. People arriving have to integrate. It's better for them if they integrate. It's better for society if people integrate. But on the other side, we have to help them integrate. We can't just say, well, you have to integrate and I'm going to sit on my hands. We have to help them, and providing free transportation would help them integrate. As was pointed out, they could go into the city centre, meet with people, practice their English, understand different customs, help the integration process. But you're against that. Once again, they're not allowed to work. Your government, he's a Tory, his government decided, look, we're not going to change the rules and allow these people to work. We're just going to demonize them. We're going to say they're living off the state. They have to live off the state. They're not allowed to work and they're not allowed access to benefits. So when he says, well, people can't get GP appointments, whose fault is that? Is it the asylum seekers or the Tories that ran the NHS into the ground? Oh, the taxpayer doesn't want to pay any more. Well, what needs to be happening is the processing of asylum claims. But the Tories were against that as well. I didn't hear him criticising former Home Secretaries for not processing asylum claims. Maybe he did, but I missed that interview. So you can't turn around now and say these people are the problem and the taxpayer, has had enough. It was a government decision, a government policy decision not to provide these people with jobs. To say, no, we're not going to allow them to work. If you allowed them to work, it would do two things, wonderful things. It would allow them to contribute to society financially, and it would help the integration process. You can't turn around now and say, damn, these people are not integrating, and damn, these people are a burden on the taxpayer. When you supported policies that pushed that maintained that, that's why he's our Fool of the Week. I'll see you next time for our next Fool of the Week.